travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest human being you meet, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Let me tell you about a friend. It's a car you like, I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you need, any time of the day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope we always stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? And as we both get older, yeah, walking canes and hair gray, we'll have no fear, even though it's hard to hear. I will stand real close and say thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Let me tell you about a friend. 'Cause when we die and float away into the night, the Milky Way, and here we come as we ascend. You'll be there, then once again. Thank you for being a
Hey! Happy Dope Tuesday, everyone. Oh, shit. I'm gonna leave it subtly. Not nice. If you didn't hear the dice throw, that gesture means something totally different.
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. So we do have comments there. Needs gave us one of those and one of those. And you do have enough? We got enough.
Coughing already. As you said,
Happy Dope Tuesday.
Everyone, it's the first official episode of 2022.
Oh my shit, you're right.
We did go live for the actual.
We went live at midnight there, didn't we?
But this is the first episode.
Just to say hello.
Exciting.
And talk a little bit about our beloved Betty White who passed on that day. And that's what we're here partly to do today. Well, we're going to continue on with our, you might be able to tell from our array here, that our topic for today we've planned was, we're going to do a solid 6 TV theme, TV theme songs. No, it's another day. Solid 6 movie soundtracks.
We got all of our honorable mentions.
We got all of our honorable mentions up there. I've got my picks hidden down there.
Actually,
I'm not gonna let you see them.
One of my picks, shamefully, it's not in my collection, so it's one of Michael's.
Well, it's funny because one of my picks originally I changed my picks because I no longer have a copy of one of my old picks, which I'll start with an honorable mention was the Singles soundtrack from the '90s. It's like I want to say 96 293-ish, maybe. It's got like a couple of Pearl Jam tunes that weren't on Tan, and it's got like the single version of Wood by Alice in Chains. The movie was pretty forgettable. It's a Cameron Crowe movie, romantic comedy.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's funny.
Still,
Pearl Jam do a cameo as dudes as the band, dude's band. Yeah.
That movie.
The Crow is one of the top soundtracks of all time. Definitely in my top 5.
Well,
says Fred Martel.
Well, geez, Fred. We'll get to that soon.
We'll get to that in a moment. Yes, our beloved Betty White.
Debbie White
has passed, and I've been on a binge anyway. I'm a big fan of Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah, you were right into
the Mary Tyler Moore show, and so I revisited today. Oh yes, there movie suggestions for the winter. Well, I can give you lots of old TV show suggestions. You want to come up, dude?
Oh,
come on up.
We have all kinds of movie and TV show selections.
Oh my goodness, I've been deep down the Mary Tyler Moore well. So Betty White doesn't show up in Mary Tyler Moore until season 4, and she essentially fills the gap that Valerie Harper left when she went to do Rhoda. Or not Valerie Harper, Valerie.
Jeez, maybe her name's Debbie. Is her name Debbie as well?
No, there's Sue Ann Niven's character. When she comes in, Mary's having one of her famous parties in her immaculate apartment, and Betty White's character, Sue Ann Nivens, is very passive aggressive and she's very man hungry, and so she steals Phyllis's husband. She has an open affair with him.
Homewrecker.
And there's a confrontation at the end, and it's pretty hilarious.
Wow.
All the Mary Tyler Moores are on they're on YouTube for free.
I'm gonna have to dig in more. Oh, sorry, continue.
No, please.
Well, that's just one of the shows that I flew under the radar for me. I always knew about it. Judgment Night. That's total.
That's come up a lot.
Yeah.
And again, forgettable movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack was deadly and kind of groundbreaking.
And who was it? Who was that? Emilio Estevez and Damon Wayans? Is that right?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
Is that correct? But yeah, Mary Tyler Moore show. Of course, we all know. We've all heard of the show. You've watched it a million times.
I've watched it.
I haven't. It was one of the
so much.
I might have watched it when I was a kid.
You're familiar with the game show portion of her career, though.
That's we all know Golden Girls, of course. And if you didn't recognize Jesus, that theme song, how can you not recognize?
Written by a guy named Andrew Gold, who I dig, who had a couple of hits in the late 70s, early 80s. He's got another song that I want to cover called Lonely Boy. It's fucking deadly. Andrew Gold, check him out. He passed away in the maybe 90s or something like that, or late 80s. Andrew Gold. And Golden Girls thing.
Golden Girls. But
thank you for being a friend. Yeah.
And then what I was saying, Golden Girls we all know, but for me growing up, I grew up in a household of fucking...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, nice.
Cuba Gooding Jr. and Dennis Leary.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Dennis Leary, where's he at?
Oh, Jesus. And Cuba Gooding Jr., remember him? I remember the movie Gladiator, the boxing movie from the early 90s. Not that Russell Crowe Gladiator shit, but that's... Anyway, fucking getting sidetracked and baked here. Game shows. I grew up in a game show household. My mom loved game shows. Always still does. It's still on in her house every day. But game shows like Match Game, Password and Password Plus, Pyramid, all 60s, 70s, 80s.
Even early 80s, I was surprised. She comes out, and Betty White's in all of them.
She's
awesome. And her husband is the host.
Alan Ludden, yeah. He was. Yeah. I guess I found out this today. Apparently, they met on the set of the first Password show. And I guess Alan asked her to marry her 3 times before she said yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. You watched the documentary.
I did, yeah. I watched it the other day.
Yeah, but... Yeah, crazy.
And it was always an excuse to go visit was to go be on Password, right? Oh, no, what happened?
Oh, we lost Cockpit. We lost the...
Oh, jeez.
Tom Cruise just went down, I think.
Underrated soundtrack, Cocktail.
Oh, yeah.
That's got Don't Worry, Be Happy. It's got Hippie Shake. Georgia Satellites. I fucking loved Georgia Satellites when they were a thing.
Yeah, fucking... who did the original Hippie Shake? Swingin' Blue Jeans? Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
That's the one. Kokomo, the Beach Boys is on here. We got some Little Richard.
Aruba, Jamaica, do I wanna take... Maybe a shout out to Patrick Espada, who loves that song.
Oh, Jesus, there's And we were talking about the Full House today. There's 2 Full House appearances. The Beach Boys, big in Full House, and we were watching the Little Richard.
Little Richard. Oh man!
And then we had up here that also fell, Who Made Who, which is of course the soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive, which the VHS tape is in my collection, but
I think I was in grade 5, and that was like my introduction to AC/DC.
This probably was mine as well. This and the AC/DC live album. I skeeved from my godfather, Michael Toussaint, my cousin, and yeah. And the Razor's Edge was a big one for me too. And that was the other drummer, Chris
Slade.
Chris Slade, yeah. Baldy.
Well,
Shall we just...
do you want to give him our first pick?
Yeah,
You've got one. Okay, well, I'm
for it.
going to go with my first pick. My first pick, since we're in the 90s, I'm going to say I've got like 2 copies of this thing, but I've got the VHS also. I don't know if you're familiar with Empire Records. That's my first pick of our Solid 6 movie soundtracks. Fuck, there's good stuff on it. It's like a little slice of 90s. It's got like Gin Blossoms on there. Oh fuck, there's like, my goodness, what's on here? All sorts of shit. And there's a pile of stuff that's not like War is in this movie, but they're not on the soundtrack.
Oh really?
There's cool stuff on here. Like,
I think I've only seen it once.
What else is on here? Cranberries, Edwin Collins, Toad the Wet Sprocket, Better Than Ezra. Like, oh my gosh. Coyote Shivers, Sugar High.
That is a great shirt, Mike. And it's
Thanks so much. I got this for Christmas last year, and I haven't worn it yet. It's an XL, and I'm a medium.
See, my question...
But I'm hiding it under my cardigan.
I was wondering if I was going to ask if it was repurchased and resized, or if we were just fucking bringing in the...
No, I just said fuck it, and I'm just going to wear it.
It's wintertime.
It's wintertime.
Oversized shirts are...
I wanted to get... Well, I see we got the long sleeve shirts from our friends at Smoke Signals.
Yes.
And so then I did the 90s thing where you put the t-shirt over the long shirt, right? What I need now are cargo shorts and long johns, right? That'd be the full 90s regalia.
Yeah. Cargo shirts.
So that's my first pick. First pick from... we should say, if you check out our Christmas episode, if you haven't already, we had a great fucking gift package from the folks at Smoke Signals.
We're still getting high.
We're still fucking getting into it. We got some Shatter here we might get into in a bit.
And we forgot to mention this the last couple times, and I verified because I was sick of guessing. It's on Eagle Road. Eagle Road.
Oh, yeah. They do make it easy for you.
They do,
like
but
on their, if you find them on their any of their social media, it'll say, "Hey, look us up find us on Google Maps. Here's the address."
You can really just search the name and it will pinpoint.
And
right
it totally is. It's totally easy.
It's super easy. Check them out.
Well, I mean, it's easy for regular people to find. We got lost, but that's whatever.
We get lost everywhere we go. Fun fact.
Way she goes. I'll tell you something I like about the CDs. They give you the cool yellow strip there, the yellow plastic. That's a small thing, I know, but they always used to be black or like clear.
Yeah, that's cool
I like the yellow. It looks cool. Anyway, I got 2. I guess this is how I know these are my picks, because I find myself with multiple copies.
That's hilarious, yeah. And
I didn't have the cassette, but because I don't think this ever came out on cassette, but there it is. Anyway, my pick number 1 for our Solid 6.
And I'm gonna have to rewatch that because it's been a while. And
it's a super fun movie. Great cast. Liv Tyler. Oh god, I'm gonna be like the chick from whatchamacallit. The chick from whatchamacallit too. If you remember The Craft.
Oh yes.
The girl that played the lead in that.
Jesus.
Is in this. She shaves her head in this. I forget her name. And there's a couple of actors that didn't go on to do anything.
I can't believe I can't remember the girl from The Craft, man.
I know. There's that was like quintessential 90s right there. I know. Brains are gone. Brains are gone. So let's say, what's your pick? Well, pick number 2 here
Freddie,
for our Solid 6.
Mr. Freddie already called it out, and I'm going to steal it from Mike's collection because I actually don't have this in my collection of either VHS tapes or albums, but I have to put it on this list because it introduced me. I was about 10 years old when this movie came out, and when I was a kid, my uncle Albert used to take me to the video store. At the time, it was Smiley's Video in Pictou and Sounders Video in Pictou. He'd always rent the newest movies that came out that week.
Sounders,
yeah. And that was one of the ones one week, and you watched The Crow and all these bands, like the first introduction to Pantera, and which turned to the first introduction of Poison Idea because they covered the Badge.
Cover song,
and Henry Rollins was on there, which led me to Black Flag, and
nice.
and then we get the first introduction to Helmet. Milk Toast was on there.
yeah, it's right.
There's another one. I wrote another one. Oh yeah, and of course The Cure was the big one on there. But yeah,
and the Smiths had that one song,
The Smiths,
which was the theme to. They used as the theme to The Craft. No, not The Craft. No, what was the show? The TV show. The Craft was there? No, there wasn't a Craft TV show. I am the sun. The show will come to me. Anyways,
what the fuck is her name in that movie?
I
She's
know.
in Scream and blah blah blah.
We're gonna do something else. We're gonna do something horrible. We're gonna get an honorable mention because sometimes there's the one that just the movie that just has the one song that gets you.
Ooh.
There's no soundtrack, but this one is like the earworm, the never-ending story. La 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 la. And yes, Adam Parsons, that single soundtrack, I played the fuck out of it. It's got a great fucking a solo acoustic Chris Cornell song on it. Queen of the Damned, Spawn.
And John Davis from Korn produced the Queen of the Damned soundtrack. Actually,
nice.
yeah, which was a big Korn fan at times. So I didn't like the movie, but yeah. And I can't remember the Spawn soundtrack, but fuck, great movie, great video game, great comic books.
It was like that era of like the dark, gothy sort of movies, eh?
Yeah.
So it's me.
Number 2 for you, and
Number 2 for me.
I gotta watch Singles too. I've never seen that movie ever.
It's pretty funny. It's a fairly forgettable romantic comedy.
Yeah, but still, it's like of the era.
Cameron Crowe wrote and directed it. If you know, like Almost Famous and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Oh, like I got Rock and Roll High School there. I don't know if you're Ramones fans, but Rock and Roll High School, of course, exclusively Ramones in that soundtrack. All right, my second pick. I found this just looking for stuff today, and I forgot all about it. And it's Tom Petty, and it's the soundtrack to She's All That, and I forget who made the movie.
She's All That.
And I cannot remember, but they were famous for they made a bunch of other great movies. So it's another romantic comedy.
And what's that
from the
name?
'90s? And the
She's
big
All That.
song on this one from him was was Walls, right? With oh gosh, what's his name from Fleetwood Mac singing background on it? But Lindsey Buckingham, yeah.
That's why you're like.
There's lots of great fucking piles of great songs on this. The movie again is free.
Danny's like our Jamie right now.
Phil's he's
bringing up the information.
the word you're looking for.
Oh shit. So.
Melinda is shouting. It'll come up in this. We're getting it delayed. I'd see it in giant letters here on my phone though.
Oh god.
Titanic. I had the Titanic soundtrack too. That was huge.
Oh shit! You know what? I should have brought the fucking double VHS box set up there.
Oh,
Nice.
that
is.
is.
I mean, that is.
Yeah.
Even if it's not your favorite, you can't deny it's one. It's a huge. It was a huge.
It was huge, and I
soundtrack.
had the soundtrack. It's got all that great. It's one of those ones that that Empire Records is in her top 5 too. Yes, I think of an era for sure. Empire Records. I don't know.
Right.
Titanic, I think, is underrated is the wrong word because, of course, it's an enormous, ridiculous blockbuster hit. But
I think it was just that song was just driven down people's throat for so long. A lot of people probably haven't given the rest of the soundtrack a chance. You know what I mean?
The rest of this, there's two soundtracks actually because they did part 2 with all the like the Irish music in it. And all that kind of stuff. Same with Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing was a staple in my house. The movie and the soundtrack. We played the fuck out of the soundtrack. It's got all those great old songs from the '60s in it, and so did the second part. It just extends that. And ever since I started singing it, Ghostbusters 2 has that Bobby Brown song. And it's on a loop in my head. Now it's up to us. We got to take it home. Forrest Gump. Oh, yes, with all those 60s hits, yeah.
Crazy.
Right, yeah. And they went for the hits, too. They weren't going for deep cuts. They were going for, like, the banner songs of certain eras of the 60s, too.
They went straight.
So that's 2 for me. I'm seeing a yellow theme here. Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right. Wow. They did the mixtape things. That's right. I like the idea of the modern ones, too, because when I think of movie soundtracks, I think of ones that mostly from the 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah,
the 90s were in the 80s too, because Kenny Loggins was such a big force in the 80s for soundtracks. Like, well, there's Footloose, of course. There's fucking
Gun.
Top Gun. Thanks for the board game.
Oh yeah, we'll maybe attempt to play it sometime. But Jesus, just watching a playthrough video on YouTube hurt my fucking head.
Coming up again, dude.
Uh,
Over the Top. Meet me halfway.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Kenny Loggins' band was the king of movie soundtracks. I'm All Right from Caddyshack.
Oh, dude, Caddyshack.
Yeah, right?
That's I'm gonna have to dig into those. I got Caddyshack
alright.
1 and 2 on VHS. Clamshells.
really?
It's fucking great. Yeah. Supercasts in those too.
Yeah.
Speaking of supercasts, actually this
Hey.
isn't really a supercast.
Oh no, go on. No, please.
well, no,
I'm
you did
prepare.
number-
I'm just
did number two.
getting myself.
My number
ready
two.
here.
My number
What's
two.
your number 2?
Not only
Which
is
brings us to number 4.
this one's just straight
of
up
our
rock and
solid
roll.
6.
Yes.
No, does it?
Yes.
I can't
1, 2,
count.
3, 4. Ah. One of my favorite movies and one of my favorite soundtracks. Fucking Detroit Rock City. 1998. I got to remind myself. 1998. Yes.
Nice.
And hilarious movie. Fucking love it. It has everything. Cool ones. It has another cover. Pantera again. They do a cover of Cat Scratch Fever, and it's like fucking so ripping. Marilyn Manson does a cover of Highway to Hell. Fucking
Really?
AC/DC, which is very Marilyn Manson. Very rockin'. I love it.
Is it halftime and tuned down to like
Tuned down to like fucking C or something.
banging on garbage cans?
Yeah, no, it's fucking wicked. And then you have the classics. There's Van Halen. There's Kiss, of course. Because it's about
yeah,
Kiss. There's one of my favorite scenes when they're going to get the revenge on the disco heads, and they're pulling off their fucking chain belts and they're swinging around they're whatever, and they're swinging their drumsticks, and Iron Man's playing. It's a fucking great beatdown song.
Another movie in that vein that I know you have is Airheads.
Yeah,
with a great soundtrack.
That's right there too.
With, of course, the iconic line, right? Who would win? Who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
Trick question.
Lemmy is God.
Trick question. Fucking right. What other cool?
Well,
Yeah.
we were talking about Betty White earlier, and we're big fans of TV themes, big fans, and I'm.
We were talking about this shirt earlier.
And so yeah, if you want to see Betty White and Mary Tyler Moore, she starts in season 4 by sleeping with Cloris Leachman's husband, who we never actually see on the show. They talk about him a lot, Lars, but he
Really?
Really.
Oh!
Speaking of killer casts, great cast on that show. One of the best of all time. One of the greatest shows of all time. And one of the greatest TV theme songs of all time. I was president of the school newspaper.
Who was that? Congratulations. I was not. Oh shit, I'm gonna play an A instead of an F this time.
It's not the same.
No.
And Mary Tyler, I know this is about Betty White, and not Mary, but Mary always drives a Mustang. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but
Having a mustache.
who can turn the world on with her smile? Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile? Oh, it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each glance and every little movement, you show it. Love is all around, no need to waste it. You get up the town, why don't you take it? You're gonna make it after all. You're gonna make it after all. Meow. You know the cat at the end, the MTM cat.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Just like it was at the end of that, and like WKRP, and what else?
It's like
Lou Grant, all the spin-offs.
it's like that cat grew up to be the lion in the MGM movies. What else do I have in my Betty? Do I have Betty notes that I meant to?
You've got
forget?
you and I were watching some old episodes of Password, like from the '60s, but even later, like 79, 80, 81.
Well, that's
when they get the giant glasses with the half tint
and everything. Everything
Love
on the
it so much.
everything on the set either slides in on wheels or like turns
Oh my
over.
god! It made me
It's
think,
fucking
like,
amazing.
we want a giant sign to come down from the ceiling, and the two sets just like wheel in like the fucking Merv Griffin show.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a '90s moment when Kramer bought the old Merv Griffin show set for his apartment.
Oh fuck. See, this is.
Oh shit!
Oh, I don't even want Danny to hear me say out loud how many Seinfeld episodes that I haven't seen. It's one of those shows I gotta find. I'm gonna lose. I gotta go down that rabbit hole very soon. I can feel it because I haven't seen at least half of it.
I gotta revisit
It's crazy. It's fucking wild.
good.
And
Comedy gold, Jerry. It's gold, Jerry.
I love what I've seen. Yeah, I get to watch these episodes for the first time, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
shit! I gotta be there for that. We gotta go. We gotta do some Seinfelding.
Yeah, Seinfelding. Seinfelding.
You love that. Use Seinfeld as a verb.
And
I'm gonna Seinfeld now.
and we're definitely gonna have to like give it a shot at one of these game shows, like play a game of password
We have
on the
to,
show or
totally,
something
yeah.
instead of a board game some week. And
Goats, my goats.
I have to go back
Boy.
to what? Oh yeah, fucking talking about Lake Placid.
Oh yeah, Betty White's in Lake Placid.
Well, like that was.
I didn't realize that.
Well, I think that she's one of the main. She's basically the fucking main antagonist in the movie. I guess she's like
Yeah.
she's the person.
Is that a spoiler?
Well, yeah, kind of. She's just like she's like secretly feeding the alligators while they're like the town knows that they're killing people. Like even though she knows that they kill people in town and they even killed her fucking husband. She's
Fuck
like,
that guy.
They start out by feeding them bread, and then the next thing you know, they're feeding them cows. But had the two classic lines, and they're both in the same scene. We have, if I had a dick, this is where I tell you to suck it. And then right like 2 seconds later, she's like, "Thank you, officer. Fuck meat." So it's like Betty White, the old potty mouth.
Oh man, I recently discovered that Golden Girls ended, of course, when B. Arthur left the show, and then they continued the show without her. The Girls by a Hotel. I just learned this.
I didn't know
There's
that.
one season of a show called Golden Palace. Now we watched it all. It was all on YouTube, and they snatched it off there today.
Not just today, because you sent me that on Sunday.
Maybe.
And then I got home from work on Sunday afternoon, like a couple hours later, after you sent it, and it was gone.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to see it. And then, not really looking at what you sent, I assumed my brain saw Golden Girls. I thought it said Golden Girls Season 1 pilot. So I went and looked at that.
Again, we didn't know this.
didn't know it
Golden
existed.
Palace. There's one. Apparently, it's on Hulu.
Well, check it out.
Golden
because
Girls is on Disney Plus, but Golden Palace is on Hulu.
The one scene that you showed me today is fucking hilarious.
Well, there's this one. So the Girls by a Hotel. Blanche and Blanche and Rose and Estelle Getty, Sophia, buy a hotel, and like Don Cheadle is in it, and fucking Cheech Marin is in it. He's the chef. And there's a scene where I won't try and reenact it, but go check it out. The pilot scene, and Rose is at the front desk, and dude comes in the ski mask with the gun. Give me a shot. Open up the safe. And she's like, "Oh my goodness, aren't you hot in that?" He's wearing the ski mask and does her typical dippy thing, and drives him crazy until he leaves, and then she gets on the phone and is describing him, and then, this is 411. Gets it all wrong. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm not going to ruin it by telling you.
Check it out on
Check it out.
Hulu.
I don't know. I think it's on Hulu. Yeah, Golden Palace. What other Betty White? We found lots of. She's busy. She's a busy lady. I want to find more of that. Watch more of that show that she used to do in the. I guess it was the 50s. It was the unscripted one that was like live, like for 5 hours, and she'd be doing all the ads and the whole thing, and interviews and people. And
I saw like just
forget the name of it.
Yeah, I saw it just in the list of things she's been in today. It was like 1957 or something like that. Yeah, it was 1957 because it was the same year that our moms were born. Yeah.
Was she really?
Wow, fucking so many things.
Man.
And we talked about. I'm brain farting now. I can't remember if we talked about it on air or off air.
Or in real world.
In real world. Earlier.
In reality.
Other shows I just discovered today that she was in, or one of them I knew, I just forgot. But the show Mama's Family. Remember that sitcom from the 80s?
I don't remember that one at all. Come on up.
Check it out. It ran from like... it started in 83. It ran for 6 seasons, but there was a thing where it like, ran for like 2 seasons, and there was like a couple years off for some reason. Then it ran for 4 more. So it ended in 1990. It's fucking hilarious. And she played the mama in Mama's Family. Her name's Teresa. Teresa something, I can't remember. Betty White plays the oldest daughter on the show. And then there was another show that I fucking love. It's from the early 2000s called Yes Dear. Jimmy Hughes.
I know. I've definitely caught you watching that a lot.
Yeah, she plays.
You, like.
Caught me. Oh, like jerking off to Yes Dear. Like.
It was just getting changed.
Yeah, you're not gonna go telling anybody I was getting changed.
No. Don't tell anyone you were watching Yes Dear.
No, she shows up just in one episode. I don't know what season. I can't remember, but she just plays like a nanny that's hired to look after the house.
She does lots of cameos.
And
Sorry.
She's hilarious. She's just a big like. She's a big klutz and super accident prone, but she's like almost doesn't realize it. She's like so fucking dense about it. Like,
right.
She's
good at playing that.
She's playing it really well. Yeah. She's funny.
She is funny. She's a funny lady. Yeah, I've been finding lots of guest spots. She was on an episode of Newhart that I saw that was fantastic.
I saw that in the list as well.
I don't know if you remember Newhart. Newhart was awesome. Underrated show, Newhart.
I don't remember it. I just know it because I literally saw the name today. I know No Heart from Care Bears.
Yeah.
Another show. My Name is Earl. I guess she was on there, but
yes,
I never
do
really
remember
watched
that.
it.
I don't remember her being on it.
All kinds of stuff. Betty White.
Betty White. Betty, Bo Betty, Banana Man.
Next Wednesday, we'll all be celebrating her birthday. I looked at it. It was almost Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's next Wednesday.
Oh, well.
It's the 17th. Yep.
So what's your number 5 pick there?
Oh, yeah, Jesus, we're right in there. Got lost on the Betty White train.
That's all right. That's part of the deal.
So the first two...
Movie soundtracks, yeah.
The first two, well, my third one is actually in the front row here on VHS, but I have the CD behind me here. It's one from 2000... It's 2001? 2003. Mistake. Freddy vs. Jason, ladies and gentlemen. This one's like kind of flew under the radar, I think. I was like in that era. I'm like, fucking new metal, yeah. Like so.
My other brother Dale, exactly. That's what exactly, yeah.
That's awesome. This one's got like things from the new metal era. It's got Hatebreed. It's got Il Nino. It's got the Murder Dolls and Power Man 5000. Like Rob Zombie's brother.
Oh, no way. Of course he's named Power Man. Stone
Sour, Devil Driver. This is the first time I heard like Lamb of God, the 11th Hour is on this CD. It's heavy. There's a song called The Waste by Sepultura with Mike Patton as a guest, and it's really fucking awesome. Killswitch Engage, it's the first time I heard those guys. It's actually, when we started talking about doing a soundtrack episode, I kind of re-listened to it again for the first time in quite a few years. It's fucking banging. I still love it. It lasted the test of time for sure, for me.
Nice.
Check it out.
Well, here we are, set number 6.
This is classic.
And this is the one like where I was saying like you find yourself with multiple copies of something, and I've had this since it was in. I remember my parents coming home from the record store with this. This is the same one.
Ah, nice. This is our vinyl feature of the show.
We've got I've never had a cassette of it, but there it is.
That's the
greatest fucking movie soundtrack ever made. I don't even give a fuck what anyone says. I won't fight anyone. But
you might say that this is too much Kevin Bacon, but I say it's not enough.
Man, this thing I played the shit out of it, and I still do. It brings smiles. What's this guy? I want to tell you about this guy right here. It was this guy's birthday yesterday. This is Rousby Wolf, and he turned 13 years old yesterday.
13, teenager.
And I'd say he's the best boy in the whole world. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's not the best boy. But that's okay. We love you all the same, old buddy.
I had this.
Sometimes you're a ruiner.
I'm gonna tell you it's my favorite ruiner Raspy story. Yeah, Judgment Night.
Yes, that's the second time that came up actually tonight. Fairly forgettable movie though. I might have to
Yeah, I'm
revisit
gonna-
that one because I might not be giving it the credit it deserves.
I can't remember. I was young when I watched it. I remember.
I remember it being like four suburban dads stuck in a dangerous neighborhood.
I do remember.
What are you doing?
The night that I saw it for the first time, me and my buddy, we went to the video store and we rented Judgment Night and Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, nice.
That was movie night. Sweet.
Lethal Weapon.
Rasby. I gotta tell my favorite Rasby story now that we got him here.
Oh.
So,
There's lots of good stories about Rousby eating people's stuff.
that's the thing. The taco story.
Food, underwear, all of it.
This is the one.
Shit, puke, any of it.
I know.
He loves it all. It's
Underwear.
so good.
Well, this was actually
You
human
had-
food.
yeah, you
but
had
the underwear, I hear a lot of people talking about they just eat the crotch right out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's eating electronics. He's eating. Oh my God.
But this was the snack that Rasby regretted the most. He ate a whole plate of tacos out of the fridge. There was probably 6 of them.
It was
And
his own punishment.
And then like it wasn't 15 minutes later, he's just wanting out. He needs to shit. And then it's winter time, so he's sitting there in the cold, shivering, and he's just going. Oh, you see his steam coming up from behind him. And he goes, "Ow!
Oh,
I'm sitting there slapping
he's
my knee.
leaving. He's not going upstairs.
he
Fuck
knows
you
what I'm
guys,
talking
all right?
about.
Oh shit! Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We do this. Oh no!
There goes.
When do we
fucking-
do this?
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, every Toke Tuesday we get silly, talk about goofy shit that we like, and we hang out with our pal Danny who helps us out, and sometimes our pal Brian's here. But
What do you
today, it's just us chickens.
Oh yeah, Brian's. Sorry, Dave. I feel like he's still Christmas drunk. He's been napping for 2 weeks back there.
Yeah, he's.
I'll wake him up.
Here we
Yeah. Go back to bed, Dave. Here we go.
See ya.